I want to correct something here from yesterday's show. When Kendrick Perkins said 80% of NBA voters for the MVP award are white. The NBA publicly announces the voters each year, and after review, it is clear the panel is much more diverse than what was portrayed by Kendrick Perkins, and we wanted to make sure that we corrected that today.
All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So you see in the intro, ESPN had to walk back what Kendrick Perkins said the other night about 80% of the voters for the MVP being white. And Charles Barkley, who has been known in the past to speak his piece regardless of how other people feel about it, also has some criticisms for Kendrick Perkins. So we're about to take a look at it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe while we're watching. Now let's roll it.
Go ahead, brother. What's happening?
Well, here's the insinuation. Kendrick Perkins is making an insinuation that Joker's getting the MVPs because the voters like him and the voters are mostly white. That's what he said. I mean, listen to this soundbite right here. Here's what he said in case you missed it.
We don't know, but we do know this. Since you do want to bring it up, we do know this, that when it comes to MVP voting, 80% of the voters are white American. 20% are others. I know that stat.
Stephen A. All right. Listen, I don't know what to do with that. What is your immediate response with that there, Charles?
Hey, man, I'm trying to work on my golf game. Y'all bringing me on radio to talk about stupid stuff. Everybody know Kobe Bryant was a better player than Steve Nash, but the Suns had the best record in the NBA. But the notion that people are voting, I mean, first of all, you probably can count the white guys on one hand who won MVP. Yeah. I mean, think about in the last 30 years, I'll just pull that out.
Sure.
Other than Joker twice, Steve Nash twice, how many white guys actually won MVP? I can't think of it right now, but
Dirk,
is there anybody else?
Yeah, Dirk had one right after Steve Nash. Dirk Nowitzki. And by the way, Nash won 2 in a row. I don't think Nash deserved 2 in a row, personally. I don't think he did. He won 2 in a row, but I don't think he was the best player in the game 2 years in a row in the regular season.
It wasn't about the best player. It was the best who had the best regular season. Then the Phoenix Suns had the best record in the NBA those 2 years. And you reward winning when you're voting for that. Even though Shaq and Kobe might have been better players, what were their seedings? You name me 5 white guys who won MVP out of the last 30 years.
Okay, well then why in the hell is Perkins? What is going on here? Why are we going down this damn road? I mean, you know what? You know full well, Chuck, you were at All-Star Weekend. This dude, Joker, he don't even care about the award. He doesn't care, man.
And and I'm pretty sure he don't give a damn about these idiots on TV talking about him either.
You're right.
Does he know how many voters there are who are white, actually? Or he just pulled 80% out of his ass?
Yeah, he did. He did, because it's not 80%. It's not 80%. It's more like 68%. Okay.
But my point is, if only 5 white guys have won MVP in the last 30 years, that makes 0 sense, his argument. 0 sense. Because if that was the case, we'd have a lot more white MVPs if white guys or girls, ladies, excuse me, I don't want to leave them out. If they're only going to vote for white guys for MVP, wouldn't the numbers be like, instead of 6 out of the last 30, wouldn't the numbers be like way, way worse?
I mean, I just think Perk last week had a chance, and you've had mea culpas on your show before. I've seen you like, you know what? I was wrong about that. That was, hey, let's move on, whatever. And this guy just keeps doubling down.
No, but see, this crossed the line, in my opinion, because I actually heard about it last week. But let me tell you something about JJ. JJ is the only person who challenged Perk last week. I'm glad he did, because when I first heard it, I said, man, this has got to be one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. Race is such a touchy subject.
Yeah.
Because very few people have a pure heart is what I call it. We can talk about race as much as you want to, as long as you're going to be fair and honest. But to slander this man in this situation is just total BS. I've never seen the Joker chase stats. I've never seen Aaron Gordon, Jamal Murray get out the way and let Joker get rebounds.
He'd be offended.
So he'd be offended.
All right, guys, and that's it for Chuck's response. I did break the video up in sections and edit it all together because Chuck was going on and on talking about some NBA stuff that you ain't come here to see. But I will leave the video in the description below if you want to check out the full thing for yourself. But I got to agree here with Chuck as well. Not only was Kendrick Perkins wrong about the stat that he gave, which he said that he was just repeating the facts, but he was wrong about that.
I stated the facts. I stated the facts.
He came after an entire group of people, white people, when he insinuated that they will sway the vote whatever way they want for a European player over another player of color who happens to deserve it. And he also came at Nikola Jokic accusing him of padding his stats so that he could win MVP. But based on a conversation that these 5 men just had, it doesn't even sound like Nikola Jokic is of that type of character to do something like that. And JJ Redick said the same thing when he was arguing Kendrick Perkins. He said, I spoke to his teammates, I spoke to his coaches. That's just not the type of guy who Nikola Jokic is. So from what we've seen and what we've heard, Kendrick Perkins was just wrong in his insinuations that he tried to make about the white MVP voters and Nikola Jokic stat padding. Now look, we all entitled to our own opinion, and so is Kendrick Perkins. But when you're speaking on live television in front of the world and you say something stupid, people gonna call you stupid. It is what it is. But that's it for the video. Let me know what you thought about this in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe when you're at the door. And until next time, you guys, I'm out of here. Peace.